Toby here, and I wanted to talk to you about security. I got a request for that, and so I'm going to do my best to take care of it. But here are some of my tips. First of all, if you're using Windows 10, it comes in with a decent antivirus built in called Windows Defender. Okay, decent, not the best, but it's among the best. Uh, it's creme, not creme de la creme. I've been following a website called avcomparatives.org. That's av-comparatives.org my entire career. So, having said that, what other antivirus programs would be better? Now, I've followed antivirus programs for a long time, and these results don't surprise me. The top four are Bitdefender, and they're not necessarily in the top four order, but they're among the top four because I didn't do a bunch of spreadsheets and stuff to figure it out. Trend Micro, F Secure, Bitdefender, and Avira. Now, what do I call them the top four if I didn't spend too much more time looking at them? What I'm not concerned is what was the top one last month or what was the top one last year. I'm looking at a trend. Sometimes Bitdefender was the best, sometimes it wasn't. But most of the time it was in the top four. The same goes for the other three others. They were always in the top four, and I didn't go through too much to figure out which was the top one, second, third, and fourth, so on. They're all the top, creme de la creme. Okay. So what's the next thing to talk about? It's what I'm going to call the click monkey. Now that isn't intended to derogatory or be derogatory against anyone or make fun of anyone. There's a lot of guys even in IT, and sometimes even myself am guilty about this, of doing the click monkey. You're installing a program, what do? Next, next, I agree, next, next. Now, I'm not saying that you should read every end user agreement license or EULA. iTunes has a one that comes out with every new version of iTunes. Pretty much, I'm going to trust iTunes not to install a virus on my computer. There's some weird stuff in there, and by the way, see if you can find it. There is a clause in the iTunes end user license agreement, EULA, or sometimes they call it an end user terms of agreement, that says you shall not use iTunes to create a nuclear weapon. It's in there. Look at it. Look it up yourself. But what I am saying is to be cautious of what it is you're installing. It's called Avast. It's a legitimate antivirus, and so what would happen if I try to install it? It's not one of the ones I've recommended, but it's legitimate, as many other programs will be that do the same behavior. Okay, I'm just going to go here to my web browser, Firefox. I'm going to just look up Avast. Go to avast.com. Here it is. Now I'm going to install it, and here it goes. Okay, here is the installation. It says, do you want to read the end user license agreement? Okay. Probably not. I'm not recommending that you have to read that thing every time. Even if I did, you're not going to do it. I don't do it. So let's just click that install button and see what happens. Okay. What's happening here? Notice. Optional offer. Install Google Chrome. Personally, I like Google Chrome. It's my favorite web browser, but you may not. And besides, it may, a lot of times it says install and then some junk over here, you don't know what it is, which could be, not necessarily a virus, but there's a category of programs, viruses, worms, adware, which shows you advertisements that pop up when you're using your computer. Other programs that add extra toolbars to your web browser, which you don't want. Okay. But let's just say, I know it's Google Chrome is fine, but let's just say I don't. Well, what am I going to do? Well, normally, if you're a click monkey, which I also often am, you're just going to click accept without taking notice of all this. So, but do I want to install Google Chrome? In this example, no. So I'm going to decline their end user license agreement. There's Google Chrome's end user license agreement. This is not Avast's end user license agreement. So I'm going to decline. And what happens? Look, Avast is still going to install, because it wasn't their license user agreement that I declined. It was Google Chrome's. They wanted to sell me Google Chrome. It'll be free for me, but if I get it from them, they're going to make money. And remember, not everything's going to sell you something as innocuous as Google Chrome. It could be dangerous. Look at what you're accepting. Don't have to read the whole thing, but just look to make sure it's the same program that you want to install. Pay attention to what you're looking at when you click something. Now let's say this is going to be an easy search, but maybe you've got something in an email, or something that you got from clicking an advertisement, or something that you got by searching and you're not exactly sure what it is trying to offer you. Here's Bank of America offering me a Bank of America link. Now the question is, obviously I know this is Bank of America. I clicked for Bank of America. I searched for Bank of America. I got a Bank of America. It's right here from bankofamerica.com. But let's say you don't know what exactly you might be clicking on, or there's any doubt in your mind. Hover over it like this, and guess what you're going to get? You're going to get something in your status bar. Look here, it says HTTPS bankofamerica.com. All right. If I were to click on Bank of America and find something else down there, then I would probably not want to go there and figure out if you really want it, go search for it and figure out what it is. Is this malware? Is this a problem? Is this a security risk? Ask a friend. But don't click on something where that link down there isn't what you expected. Now, it's not just Firefox, Chrome, Edge, Internet Explorer, even Opera have this feature. There's always going to be a description of, okay, this is what you're clicking. Okay, it doesn't say bankofamerica.com here. It only says it up here. So if I go here, what I want to look for is bankofamerica.com down there. Now I know that I'm going to get what it is I'm clicking on. The last thing I have to say about internet security, and this is going to be contentious. There's a lot of people, even experts out there, want to have different reasons for disagreeing, but none of them can disagree with the fact that you're far, far, far less likely. I would say nearly impossible. They might not say nearly impossible, but they've got to say less likely if you're not using Windows. Now, I've made a Linux video before. You can see that in the link that's going to be in the description down below, where I keep a link of all the previous videos that I've made, so that you can see all of them when I made them, and if there are new ones or old ones. There's a subscribe button down below, and you could click it and you'll be subscribed to me. And next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. If you click the bell, you'll get notified every time I make a new video. Like this video, click subscribe, click the bell.